The other day, one of my subscribers commented on one of my videos and they said that interior design school was burning them out to the point that they were not enjoying it anymore. They also commented on the struggle of learning new software and meeting deadlines, and overall they were talking about the pressure and the stress that comes with being an interior design student. And to be honest with you, this is exactly how my past 2 weeks have been like. In today's video, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the other side of interior design. And I do not want to discourage anyone from studying interior design because for me, it's such a wonderful career. But there is the other side of being in a career like this that does not get talked about a lot. So I thought I could have a conversation with you guys, especially because I know that a lot of you are in school, and I thought that we could just talk a little bit about the other side of interior design school. Let's get right into it. A day in my life starts around 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning. If I wake up at 5, it's because I have to do homework that I didn't finish the day before. From 5 to 6, I try to do homework, get ready. At 7 a.m., I head to school because I start school at 8 and I am in school from 8 to 5 p.m. After that, I go home, I eat very quickly, and then I do homework from 6 to 10 or sometimes even 11 p.m. If you think about this routine, it seems like I do not have a life of my own, and that is entirely true. All of my days and all of the hours in my day are dedicated to interior design school. Interior design school or interior architecture school, or even worse, architecture school, these are all careers that require a lot of hours of work put into them outside of school hours. And this is something that's a little bit shocking for new students that are going into this career and they find it pretty tough. It is tough. That's reality, and that's how it is, and that's how school is for interior design students. But one thing that you must remember if you are going through this stage is that this is not forever, and this tough life, this kind of life, it's only gonna be while you are in school. When you start working, you're gonna have working hours, and then you're gonna have hours of the day that are dedicated to yourself. So for example, all this time that I was working before I started school again, I would go to work from 8 to 4, and then I would just go home, and you know, the rest of the day I could do whatever I wanted. And I'm not saying that when you start working, things get easier, because also when you're working, there are a lot of challenges. And although it's different from being in school, because in school you also have different challenges, so I feel like both things can be a little bit hard sometimes. But when you are actually in the interior design field and in the industry, you can separate your working life from your personal life. And that is something that unfortunately a lot of the times we cannot do while we are interior design students. When I came back to interior design school, I had forgotten about how hard school can actually be. And although I had already worked and I had already been in the industry for a while, there are a lot of things that I still do not know. And it is hard to learn things for the first time. So this is something that I also hear a lot of students say, that it's super hard and there's a lot of information being thrown at you. And it is, and it's not supposed to be easy. It's not easy for almost everyone who's just starting a career in interior design. There is a ton of information thrown at you. And the thing with school is that you are being taught information very quickly, and then you are being asked to prove that you know that information. So that span of time is very short, and it actually requires a lot of time for you to actually digest all that information. So it is tough, and this is normal. It is normal that it is hard. So my recommendation would be try to take it easy. Do not be too harsh on yourself. The best method that I have found to learn new things is to constantly be looking at my school notes and everything that I take note on. If you buy any books, keep reading them and read them over and over again. It's normally not common for someone to learn something and memorize something after one time looking at it. You have to read it multiple times until it sticks in your head. So practice makes perfect. So if you are, for example, there's a lot of things that we have to learn that relate to dimensions and clearances and circulation, and because right now I'm studying commercial interior design, so space planning, circulation, and building codes is super important. So those dimensions, we kind of have to memorize them. What I do is I just go through them over and over again every single day until I eventually learn that stuff. The moment that I decided to stop YouTube for a while, which was like 3 weeks ago, probably 4 weeks ago already, but I told you guys that I had to stop because the school was killing me slowly, and it was true. What happened was I had this massive project that I was given 7 weeks to complete, and I was procrastinating on it, and then 2 weeks before it was due, I decided that I needed to start working on it. And when I looked at the overall project, there was just so much work to do, and I kind of had a mini heart attack. So I just had to stop everything in my life to focus on this thing. Basically, we were working on a materials specifications project where we had to spec a lot of materials, and they all had to be sustainable, and we had to get physical samples of these materials. By the way, guys, if you are studying interior design and you want to order samples from companies like tile or fabric or stone, whatever, there are some companies that actually ship samples to your home. I actually thought that you could only do this if you are a company, but no, anyone can do this. Not all companies will have free samples to deliver to your home, but some of them do. So that's pretty great. Like if you want to have material and feel it by yourself, like this one's actually I ordered from companies. So that's pretty cool, you can do that. But anyway, I have to finish this project and I did not manage my time. So time management is the key when you are in interior design school. You cannot leave things for the last minute. Try to break up your projects or your homework, your assignments, whatever it is, into little milestones so that you can start working on them little by little. Do not leave things for the end. Normally with interior design projects, architecture projects, you cannot do things on one night. So time management is really the key, guys. Interior design is not always fun. Now, I love interior design with my life, but still there are some aspects of the career and of being an interior designer that are not going to be the most enjoyable or the most fun things to do. And this is something that I want to put out there, because some people would think that everything has to be fun, and if it's not, it's probably not the right thing for you. But even myself, like, there are things that I don't like to do, and that's okay. There are things that I love to do, and there are things that I do not enjoy as much doing. So interior design is a career that can be very enjoyable and very fun, but it's also a career that can be very stressful and very, frustrating. So as long as the good experiences outweigh the bad ones, I think you should be on the right place. Grades are not everything. So guys, when I was doing this massive project that I ended up not liking as much because it was just so stressful and I just wanted to be over, I actually went to one of my teachers and I told her about it. I was like, you know what, this is killing me. I don't even know where to start. There's just so much research. I'm completely lost. And the one thing she told me was, grades are not everything. And this is actually true. Grades are not everything when you are in school. It is important that you, of course, pay attention and do your best. But at the end of the day, you are in interior design school to learn. If you have straight A's but then you didn't learn anything, then school doesn't really make any sense. You have to learn. And it doesn't matter you do not get the perfect grades, as long as you understand the process, as long as you are constantly learning new things. I'm not saying like you should fail all your courses, because then you would never graduate. But just to be a little easier on yourself, I used to be very obsessed about grades, and this was something that damaged me more than it helped me. Just do what you have to do, okay? But very importantly, never stop learning. And have fun, guys. One of the things that a lot of the times we forget when we are in university is to actually have fun. This is probably the only time where you can fully experiment with designs, where there are no constraints, no limitations, no budget. Just try to have fun and enjoy your time at school. It is tough. You should know this. It's not supposed to be easy, but it's also temporary. So everything that you learn for the first time is going to be hard. Like, there's no other way around it. And the only thing that you have to do is just go through that process and try to enjoy it as much as you can. Thank you so much for watching. I am slowly coming back to my YouTube weekly uploads, but bear with me. I already told you school was kind of very tough at the beginning, but now it's getting better. Now I'm starting to get the hang of it. As I told you, I do have a lot of content. There's just so much information that I've been learning that I want to share with everyone watching my videos. So bear with me and stick around, because I do want to share a lot of things with you guys. Guys, thank you so much for watching again. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.